Greetings everyone, my name is Sweli and today I will be doing a presentation on Clover's Code of Conduct, Ethics and Compliance Policy. Clover is an organization that wants to promote a positive culture, mitigating risks, supporting business objectives and protecting its stakeholders. And it also encourages accountability. We achieve this by having a Code of Conduct policy that employees have to comply with. Clover Company expects its employees to uphold high ethical standards, which are outlined in this Code of Ethics policy. The key principles include these core values. Number 1, responsibilities. Employees are expected to act responsibly and take ownership of their own actions. Number 2, integrity. Clover emphasizes the importance of integrity, honesty and transparency in all interactions, whether internal or external, regardless. Number 3, fairness. Employees are expected to treat others fairly without bias, promoting a culture of equality and respect. Everybody should be included, no bias because of race, gender, background, sexual orientation or anything like that. We do not want that in our organization. Accountability. The company holds employees accountable for their actions and decisions, ensuring that they align with Clover's values and principles. The last one, respect. Employees are expected to demonstrate respect for their colleagues, customers, and stakeholders, fostering a positive and inclusive work environment where everybody is included and everybody is protected, and we make sure that everybody feels appreciated and valued in our organization. Clover is a brand that takes having a culture of integrity and responsibility very seriously. It aims to build trust with stakeholders and maintain a good reputation. And to achieve this aim, employees shall comply with laws and regulations put in place by the law, by the employer, or any other authorized persons. And it is very important for employees to comply with the laws, because failure to comply, there will be consequences, which I will talk about it later on in our presentation. Protection of confidential information. Employees are expected to maintain confidentiality and protect sensitive information about the brand's processes and procedures. It is very important that our employees keep our sensitive information confidential and not expose or leak any sensitive information to our competitors. Avoiding conflicts of interest. Employees should avoid conflicts of interest and disclose any potential conflict to their supervisors. A working environment where there is constant conflicts of interest between their employees is very toxic, and we do not want that, because a toxic environment, it affects the productivity of our employees and it affects how the business is done. So we try to avoid any conflict of interest, and if there is any potential conflict, it is very important that it is reported to the superiors or HR manager so that it can be taken care of very quickly and everything can be handled or sorted. So keep that in mind. Reporting unethical behavior. As I had mentioned before, employees are encouraged to report any suspected misconduct or ethics violation through their supervisor, HR manager, team leader, or ethics hotline that is provided in our workplace, which we will do an induction so that you can know of the ethics hotline and it can be provided to you. Sustainability and social responsibility. Environmental sustainability reducing environmental impact through sustainable practices. Mica sourcing, ensuring mica is sourced ethically without child labor, which is against the law, by the way. Plastic neutrality, achieving plastic neutrality through recycling and waste reduction initiative. Recycling is very important in everyday life. We have to ensure that we keep our earth, our planet clean. How Clover as a brand handles and manages governance and oversight. Brand oversight is managed by our board of directors, which oversees that employees comply with the code of conduct. And then you have our audit and risk committee, which monitors and measures compliance through various reporting channels. The third one, we have ethics hotline, the one that I mentioned before. An ethics hotline provides a channel for reporting suspected misconduct or ethics violations. As I say that, we will look into this further in our presentation. We have consequences of non-compliance, which everybody should avoid by complying with the code of conduct and ethics. Verbal or written warnings. Employees who do not comply with the code of ethics, regulations, and rules will receive verbal or written warnings for minor infractions, depending on what they did. Disciplinary action. Non-compliance may result in disciplinary action, and disciplinary action can go good or bad. I mean, you can go to a disciplinary action and then work things out and be able to keep your job. The bad thing about a disciplinary action is that it may result to a termination of the employment contract. Yeah, very serious consequences for non-compliance. The third one, you have termination. Severe or repeatedly not complying with the laws and regulation of the code of ethics, it will lead to termination of employment. After your third written or verbal warning, termination of employment may take place and it may occur. It's something that you can't avoid after your third warning. And now on the following slide, we have a pop quiz, a short pop quiz that you can do. It is all the information based on what I have said before on the presentation slides and everything that you have read. You will be able to answer these pop quizzes just to see how much you've learned and if you have the correct knowledge that you need to have to see if you know our code of ethics and code of conduct that we have explained in our presentation. And now to summarize everything that we have spoken about and everything that we have learned about, this is how we ended. Clover's code of conduct policy outlines expected behavior and conduct for employees, emphasizing integrity, responsibility, fairness, accountability, and respect. The policy promotes a positive working environment and enhances reputation and supports long-term success. Employees are expected to comply with the laws and regulations, report suspected misconduct, and adhere to the policy to avoid disciplinary action. By following the code of conduct, employees contribute a culture of ethics and integrity, building trust among stakeholders and driving business success. And now we would like to welcome you all. We hope that this was very clear and direct so that everybody understands. If there are any queries or any questions, there will be contact details at the end that you may contact to ask. And welcome to the Clover brand.